Hello everyone, welcome back to Dibya classes. So today we are going to start a new topic, that is scanner class. So before coming to scanner class, let us revise a little bit about input. So in chapter 4, we have already studied about input and also output. So you know there are two types of input. One is input using assignment operator, that is using the equal to sign, and input using parameter. So we are going to use assignment operator when we know the value, and we are going to use the parameter method when we don't know the value. That is, the user will input the value. For example, if the question asks to add 5 and 10, then you will be using this because you already know you have to add 5 and 10. If the question is asking you to add any two numbers, then you will be using parameter. Why? Because we don't know which two numbers. So it has to be inputted by the user. So these are the types of input we already know. But in Java, there are more types of input. And one of that is what we are going to study today is scanner. So now there are two types of input we already know, equal to and parameter. But instead of parameter, we can also use another type of input which is called scanner. There is another which is called buffered reader, which we are going to study in class 10. But in class 9 we are going to study about scanner. So scanner is a way to input values in your program. Means instead of parameter, if you want, you can use scanner. So it is possible to use scanner where parameter is there. For example, the question is asking you to add 5 and 10. So you have to use this input using assignment operator. You cannot use scanner here. You cannot do the program using scanner. You can only do the program using scanner where till now you have used parameter. So we have solved 16 questions in chapter 4. So all the programs in which you use parameter can also be done in scanner. That is, parameter and scanner are alternate to each other. If one student does in parameter, another student can do the same program using scanner. Or if a student has done the program in scanner, he can also do the program in parameter. But if a program is done using assignment operator, this cannot be converted to scanner or parameter because here we already know the value. You can use scanner and parameter in only one case, when you don't know the value. You have to remember this. Programs where values are already given cannot be done using scanner or parameter. It has to be done using assignment operator. The scanner is the alternate of parameter. So today we are going to learn about the new input type, that is scanner. So we are actually not going to study in details about the theory of scanner. The theory of scanner is present in class 10, when we are also going to study buffer reader. Here I am going to only make you understand practically how you can write scanner programs. You just have to remember the format. We are not going to study the theory, that is what is scanner and all the different syntaxes. We are not going to go into details. All details are in class 10. In class 9 only we are going to understand the format and write the program accordingly. It is very easy. So before we understand how to write scanner, I will give you some syntax. Your job is to copy down all the syntaxes in your copy. You can see everything till boolean variable x equal to next boolean. I want you to pause the video now and copy everything in your notes. After copying everything, you can continue seeing this video. So after you have copied everything, now my job is to make you understand how to write programs using scanner. And scanner is a type of predefined class, and this class is used to take input for Java programs. Rest of the theory we will be studying in class 10. So I'll make you understand how to write scanner by help of a program. So now we'll write a program to input all types of values and print them. So your job is to input all types of values and print them. All types of values mean there are basically 5 types of value: integer, real, character, string and boolean. But here I am also trying to make you take all data types also. So total there are 9 data types. So we'll be taking 9 inputs in this program. All the program is divided into 3 parts. You already know. Input. All the programs are divided into 3 parts: input, processing, output. You already know about this. Here input is 9 values. Processing means here basically there is no processing, you can say. There is directly printing. You have to print all the 9 values. First, let us write this program in parameter, which you already know. Let us create a class. Let the class name be. Let the class name be A1, for example. It is a very simple program. What you need to do? You need to input 9 values of different type. Byte A, short B, int C, long D, float E, double F, char G, string H and boolean I. All 9 values: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are the 9 types of data types we have. And now our job is to print them one by one. System.out.println A. Similarly, system.out.println B till println I. We'll print everything in different lines. So that is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H and I. It is one of a simple program you have ever done. Let us run this. 5, 10, 15. You can input any value. 20. You have to write F because this is float. 10.0. You may write D. You also can skip it. Char within single quotes, string within double quotes. Boolean is false. For long, you have to write L. Let us run this. So you are getting output. Now this is a simple program to input different types of values and print them. But this program is written in parameter method. And now we will convert this program to scanner. So remember, there are 3 parts in a program: input, processing and output. And scanner and parameter input talks about this part only, because it is a type of input, parameter input. Scanner is also input. So scanner will also talk about this. So whenever we are going to convert a parameter program to a scanner program, we are not talking about processing and output. So it will remain as it is. It will never change. It will never change. You don't have to touch processing and output. The only thing you need to change is the input part. Everything else remains same. So here what we are going to do, we are only going to change this part. This part is output part. So we are not going to touch that. We are only going to change the parameter area, that is the input part. So for a scanner program, which need to be converted from a parameter program now, you need to remember 5 things. For a scanner class. That is, from converting parameter to scanner, you have to remember 5 things. 1, input statement. 2, throws statement. I will make you understand what are these. 3, scanner statement. 4, print statement. And 5, input statements. So you have to remember these 5 things: input statement, throw statement, scanner statement, print statement, and input statement, while converting a parameter program to a scanner program. Since you are acquainted with parameter program, now what we are going to do, first we will write all the programs in parameter and then try changing into scanner. When you will become expert in scanner, you can write the program in scanner directly. But for now, first we are going to write in parameter method and then we are going to convert it to scanner method so that it will be easier to understand. So what is this input statement? I already gave you the syntaxes. You can see here input is written. This is called the input statement. What is the throw statement? Here you have seen I have given you throws input mismatch exception. This is a throws statement. Which is the scanner statement? This one, scanner x equal to new scanner system.in. This is the scanner statement. Print statement, you are talking about system.out.println. That is the print statement you are talking about. And what are the input statements? These are the input statements. Different types of input. So we have different types of data types. For each data type, we have different types of syntaxes. For byte, there is a syntax. For short, there is a syntax. For int, there is a syntax. For long, for float, for double, for boolean. And for character and for string, we have 2 syntaxes. For example, that is, if you want to input a word, you have to use this syntax. If you want to input a sentence, sentence means more than one word. If you want to input one word, this syntax. More than one word, this syntax. But this syntax can also be used to input one word. So one or more word, you have to use next line syntax. If you are inputting one word only, then you have to use x dot next syntax. Understood? So these are the input statements. This is a scanner statement. This is the throw statement. This is the input statement. And the print statement is the normal print statement which we have been using for printing values. So all these 5 things need to be present when writing a scanner program. Now I let you know where to write these 5 things. So these 5 things need to be present in a program. In all the programs you are going to write for scanner. The only thing is, now I will make you understand where to write it. So we will be writing this in the program which we just wrote using parameter. So this is the program you have already written. So scanner talks about the input. So first thing is, you have to write the import string. Remember, import is the first line of the program. Import java.util.asterisk. So before starting writing the program, you have to write import java.util.asterisk. What does this mean? What is the function of import? What is Java? What is util? We are going to study all this in class 10, not now. Everything will be explained in detail in class 10. For now, you just have to remember that I have to write import java.util.asterisk at the beginning of the program. So we have written import statement, then throw statement. Throw statement need to be written. You can see this function public void at the end of the bracket. At the end, you have to write this statement. Throws input mismatch exception. You have to remember here I, M and E are capital and everything is single word. You cannot change if you want. For example, you will make capital M as small. It will give you error. You have to write as it is. And then we have the scanner line. The scanner line will be written inside the function. After this bracket, you have to write the scanner line. Scanner x equal to new scanner and within bracket system.in. And what is system.in? What is new everything we are going to study in class 10. Try to study now, it will be very difficult to understand, because to know all these things, what is new, what is system.in, you have to understand many more things before that, which are part of class 10. So now just remember that yes, I have to write like this. And then you have to write print statement. What print statement you are going to write? System.out.println. You just have to write what you are taking as input. So here you can say enter all types of values, you can write, and then you are going to write the input statement. So since this is not a parameter input, you can see all these things you have taken, byte A, byte B in the parameter area. This is called the parameter area. This will not be present here anymore. It will be shifted after the print statement. Import statement you have written, throw statement you have written, scanner statement you have written, print statement you have written. It is compulsory to write print statement before taking input in scanner. You have to remember this point. Before taking the input using scanner, till now we have not taken the input using scanner class. Before taking input, you have to write this print statement. It is compulsory to write, or your program will not work. Now we are going to take the input actually. So write this in different lines. Let us separate this. Now we will take the input. So how to take the input? I have already given you the syntaxes. You can see the syntax for byte. This is the syntax. Byte variable equal to x dot next byte. Byte variable equal to x dot next byte. Similarly, short variable equal to x dot next short. Short variable equal to x dot next short. This is x dot next int. Very easy to remember. You have to just copy paste, only the first letter is capital. Then x dot next long. For float, it is next float. So easy to remember. For double, it is next double. For boolean, it is next boolean. For char and string, it is different. You have to remember. For char, it is x dot next caret of 0. What does that mean? Again, we will be studying later. And in string, we have both x dot next and x dot next line. I would suggest you to use x dot next line, because in the x dot next line you can input both word and sentences. So every time try to use x dot next line. Understood? Our program is over. So what we did? The input was taken in parameter in this area. Delete everything from there. Bring it here. That is after the print statement. And according to the syntax, you have to use it. X dot next byte, x dot next short. Now automatically it will take input. Now we'll run the program and we'll see how you can take the input. Byte, short, int, long, float, char, string, and boolean. So we inputted all the values. Now what are these? These are the print statement which we wrote. This one. So we are inputting the values here and we are printing the values here. This is how to input using scanner class. Did you mark one thing when we are taking input? Okay, I will recap the video. Byte, short, int, long, float, double. Can you see I didn't give L, I didn't give F. And then we have char, I didn't give single quotes. Then string, I didn't give double quotes. And then finally boolean. And it is not giving error. So in parameter, it is compulsory to write F for float, L for long, single quotes for single character constant, double quotes for string. But you cannot write those things in scanner. This is the difference. If you give double quotes, single quotes, you not get the perfect answer, it will be wrong. So when using parameter, it is compulsory to give, that is AF, L, single quote, double quotes, but in scanner input, you don't have to give, or you should not give. You should not give double quotes, single quotes, all these things. It will understand automatically what type of value you are going to set. Okay, understood? Clear? I hope you understand how to convert parameter to scanner. Now what we will do, you have already solved all the 16 questions of chapter 4. Now, out of the 16 questions, I will be solving few questions for you. That is, I will be converting the already written program, that is in parameter way, to the scanner format. So let us start writing the programs. So first I will solve question number 1 for you. So question number 1 says, write a program to print Java is better than C++. This program cannot be done using scanner. Why? Because you already know the value that you have to print Java is better than C++. That is, you have to take input using assignment operator. Therefore, we cannot use scanner here. Next program is question number 2, which says, write a program to find and print the area and perimeter of a rectangle where length and breadth are given. So let us solve this question. Chapter 4, question number 2. First I will write the parameter one, which I have already given you. Then we will start converting it. So you have to input length and breadth, and you have to find area and parameter. So class C42 public void DNM, input two values, let it be double A and double B, and then we have to find the area and perimeter. So double area and perimeter. Area equal to length into breadth, and perimeter is equal to 2 into addition of length and breadth. And then finally we'll print the value. System.out.println area and system.out.println perimeter. Remember, you also need to write comments, variable description, and in print statement you have to write like area equal to the value and perimeter equal to the value. I am not writing this. I think you can write by yourself. So this is a program that is written in parameter method. Let us run this and check if this program is correct. I have already solved these questions. Okay, 5 and 10, area will be 50 and perimeter will be 30. So getting the answer. Now we will convert this program into scanner. So scanner, there are 5 things to be written. First is import statement. You have to remember this. Import java.util.asterisk. First it will take time to remember these things, but when you write many programs you will remember automatically. Then you have to write the throws line. Throws input mismatch exception. These are all compulsory part. These are not optional. You have to write these things. Then we'll write the scanner line. Scanner x equal to new scanner system.in. Then we'll write the print statement. System.out.println. So what are the input we are taking? That we have to write. That is enter, length and breadth. So these are actually for the user, to let the user know what he is going to input. But it is also compulsory to write this one, or else your program will not work perfectly. And then we'll take the input. Now, since this is not parameter, we'll delete this part and we'll shift it here. Double A and double B. And what is the syntax for double? It is x dot next double. And this is also double. So we'll just copy paste this. Our program is done. 5 things: import, throws, scanner, print and input. You don't have to touch anything else. Your program is done. This remains as it is. This is the processing part. This is the printing part. This remains as it is. The only thing we change is this parameter is now written in 5 statements. You have to write little bit more, but in board exam, try to write all the programs using scanner rather than parameter. It is advisable. Though both can be used interchangeably, but it is better to write in scanner. And what are the advantages of scanner? That will be coming in future classes. So now let us run this program. You should get the same answer. Length 5, breadth 10. So you will be getting 50 and 30.0. Clear? Understood? So I will solve another question for you. That is question number 16. So question number 16 says, write a class with name employee and basic as its data members to find the gross pay of an employee for the following allowances. That is DA, HRA, Provident Fund, net pay and gross pay. It is an important program. It is a board question. So first we'll solve this using parameter, which we already solved in previous classes. Then we'll convert that to scanner so that it will be easier to understand. So class employee public void DNM. So what input do you need? You need name of employee and basic pay. So name will be string and basic pay will be double basic. Then we need to find the gross pay. For that we need to calculate many more things. That is DA, HRA, PF, NF and GF, net pay and gross pay. So let us first declare all the variables. Double DA for DNS allowance, HRA, PF, NP and GP. So we have declared all the variables. Now we will calculate. DA is equal to 25 by 100 into basic. Similarly, we have different other formulas. For HRA, it is 15% of basic. For PF, it is 8.33% of basic. The net pay is given by basic plus DA plus HRA. And gross pay is given by net pay minus Provident Fund. Done. We have calculated gross pay. Now our duty is to print the name and the gross pay. Which is present in the variable GP. Done. Very simple program. Let us run this. So when inputting name here, you have to give double quotes. For example, salary is 50,000 for a month. We are getting 60,835 for a month. We should get the same answer using scanner also, because in scanner we are going to change this, but the calculation part, the processing part and the printing part, that is the output part, will not be changed. This will remain as it is. You don't have to change anything. This yellow mark you can see, you don't have to touch anything here. What we are touching? Only this thing, the parameter part. So now we'll be converting to scanner. First you have to write import java.util.asterisk. Here we have to write throws input mismatch exception. Then we'll write the scanner line, scanner x equal to new scanner system.in. Then we'll write the print statement system.out.println. You have to print whatever input you are taking. So you have to tell the user enter name and basic salary. Just have to see what input you are taking and write it. And then we will be taking the input. Not here, but here. For string, we have the syntax x dot next line. You have to take x dot next line because your name is generally 2 words minimum. Okay. And for double, we have x dot next double. Done. Let us run this program. Enter name. Here you don't need to give double quotes. Salary 50,000. We're getting the same answer, 60,035. Now I'll show you what happens if you give double quotes. So here I will give double quotes. So it will not give you error, but it will print double quotes. We don't need to print double quotes. Your name doesn't have double quotes, right? So here we will not give double quotes. If you give double quotes, it will also print double quotes. While using parameter, you have to give double quotes. While using scanner, you don't have to give double quotes. Same for single quotes. For parameter, you have to give single quotes. For scanner, you don't have to give single quotes. Same for float. In parameter, you have to give. In scanner, you don't have to give. Same for long and double and everything. You don't have to give anything. You just have to give the normal value. So understood? Now in the future classes, I'll be giving assignment based on scanner class. Please see this video repeatedly. Scanner is a very new concept. It may take some time. So now I'll take a leave from you. Have a nice day. Thank you.